Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash True Inferno. And we are here with my very first Aaliyah review. So it's another Throwback Tunes for another Thursday, obviously. And I am reviewing Aaliyah's first album, her debut studio album, which is called Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. And obviously y'all know that song is a part of that album. So this joint came out May 24th, 1994. And it was recorded, this is weird. They started recording for the album rather, January of 1993. Then they picked it back up May of 1993 and continued on until February 1994. And the producers involved were Barry Hankerson, who was the executive producer, and R. Kelly. That's it. So this was before Timbaland got a hold of Aaliyah and things of that nature. So check this out. So let me give you a background story on Aaliyah. After being signed by her uncle Barry Hankerson, well, that take care of that, Aaliyah was introduced to recording artist and producer R. Kelly. He became her mentor as well as the lead songwriter and producer for the album. The duo recorded the album at the Chicago Recording Company in Chicago, Illinois, obviously. The album featured, okay, we ain't gonna talk about the singles and things of that nature yet. Alright, so let's take a look at any more background info. No, that's pretty much it. Although I will say this though, Aaliyah sang her songs in a falsetto really. She felt that the songs, and I quote here, came at you kinda tough, a bit edgy, hip-hop, but the vocals can be very soothing. That was Aaliyah saying that. She went on to say, and I quote again, lyrically, I want things to be different, end quote. Alright, so there you go with that. Now let's take a look at these charts real quick. So this album was 20th on the Canadian album charts, 39th in the Japanese album charts, 44th in the Dutch album, which is the mega chart, 23rd in the UK album charts, 6th in the UK R&B album charts, 18th on the US Billboard Top 200, 3rd in the US Top R&B/Hip Hop Albums charts, and 15th on the US Top Catalog Album charts. So that's a new one. That one's by Billboard as well. By the end of the year, it was 74th on the US Billboard 200 and 11th on the US Top R&B/Hip Hop Albums charts. Now, obviously, this is 1994. So this album was gold out in Canada, Japan, and the United Kingdom. So in Canada, the album sold 50,000 copies. In Japan, it was 120,000. In the UK, it was 100,000. As far as the US, it was double platinum, selling 3 million copies. And worldwide, it sold at least 6 million copies. So, yeah, there you go with that. So, yeah. And again, this was the first of 3 of her albums. And looking at her other albums, if we look at it by charts, by sales, and by certifications, believe it or not, despite the fact that this was successful, this is her worst album according to all 3 of those categories. So since she only came out with 3 albums, unfortunately, I will review all 3 albums in the next weeks or so. So obviously this week is Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, then next week we move on to the second, and then the week after is her third and final album. So yeah, there you go with that. Now let's get on with the well, before we go on the track, let me give you guys a bit of an info for the person down involved here. Really, there was like 2 that I want to talk about. Aaliyah did the vocals, and R. Kelly, did the background vocals, multi-instruments, producer, and mixing. And of course, Stephanie Huff was background vocals as well. So there was 2 background vocals. Now, in regards to this album, let me explain something to you guys real quick. All songs were written and produced by R. Kelly except for track number 6, where it was written by really the Ashley brothers and Chris Jasper. So we're talking Ernie, Marvin, O'Kelly, and Ronald. So yeah, there you go with that. Now let's get on with the tracks. So there's 14 tracks. 2 of them are bonus tracks. 1 of them is a skit. So I can only give you a top 3, not a top 5. So let's get into it. And there's 5 singles, by the way. So now let's get on to it. The first track is called Intro. I mean, ready, come on now. Do I have to explain more about that? Moving on. The second track is called Throw Your Hands Up, followed by the first of 5 singles, Back and Forth. Y'all should know that one. Next up is another one y'all should know, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. Track number 5 is another single, Down with the Click. And then of course we got track number 6, some of you may know this one, At Your Best, and then parentheses, You Are Love. Track number 7 is, oh, this is a long one. This is probably the longest title I have ever came across for a song. Track number 7 is called No One Knows How to Love Me Quite Like You Do. Track number 8 is called I'm So Into You, followed by Street Thing. And then track number 10 is called Young Nation, followed by Old School. And then we got track number 12, which is called I'm Down. Now for the bonus track, and one of them is a single. Track number 13 is called The Thing I Like. And then the last track is called Back and Forth, the Mr. Lee and R. Kelly's remix. So, yeah, there you go with that. Now let's look at the 5 singles. So the first single is called Back and Forth. This joint came out May 10th, 1994. All right. And let's see. The song chronicles a teenage girl's excitement to celebrate the weekend by going to a party and having fun with her friends. Yes, there was a music video for this album. Now, let me explain something to you guys real quick. In case you didn't know, as my phone mysteriously went off, I thought it silenced it. But in case you didn't know, Aaliyah was indeed born in New York. She did, but I want to say it was Brooklyn. Yes, she was born in Brooklyn, New York. However, she was raised in my city. She was raised in Detroit. Yes. And I remember this because my older cousin actually went to the same high school as Aaliyah. So that was pretty dope right there, if I do say so myself. So let's get back on to this music video for Back and Forth. So here's the scenario with this music video. It was filmed in February of 1994, and it was supposed to be done in LA. Remember, it says it correctly. It was supposed to be done in LA, but I'm not sure. Wait a minute. I'm not sure. Yeah. It was supposed to be done in LA, but there was an earthquake going on, so that we located the music video, the location rather, of the music video, to Detroit. And at that time, that was her hometown. So that was pretty dope right there. All right. And it got a bit of a legacy, actually. So because Madonna, who is one of the biggest pop icons ever, sampled this song on her song Inside of Me from her 6th studio album, Bedtime Stories, which was ironically released during the same year as Aaliyah's debut single, which is this one, obviously. All right, so there you go with that. Now let's look at the charts. So this joint, Back and Forth, by the way, was 100 on the Australian singles charts, 72nd on the Canada top singles charts, 77th on the Europe charts, 10th in Japan, 38th in the Netherlands, 40th in New Zealand, 73rd in Scotland, 16th in both, and actually not both, all 3, the UK singles charts, the UK dance charts, in the US mainstream top 40. It was 5th in the US Billboard Hot 100, and number 1 in the US Hot R&B/hip hop songs and the US rhythmic charts. By the end of the year, it was 87th out in Japan, 24th in the US Billboard Hot 100, and 2nd on the US Hot R&B/hip hop songs charts. Wow, okay. And that's the end of the year 94, by the way. And this single was certified gold, selling around 700,000 copies. All right, let's move on to a second single, which is called At Your Best, You Are Love. So here's the scenario with this one. Originally, this song was sang by the Isley Brothers, a radio hit back in 1976. However, 18 years later, the song was covered by Aaliyah. And it is, again, the second single that came out August 22nd, 1994. So this joint came out 4 days after my birthday. And the song became a hit based on a remix version of Aaliyah cut with R. Kelly, featured on the song chanting, and I quote, "This is for the steppers." And earlier saying, "1, 2, check up, baby, let me know what's up," before Aaliyah began singing. And apparently there was a music video for this as well, which was directed by Millicent Shelton. And the music video for the remix, not the original, and R. Kelly, who produced the song, is in the video. So yeah, there you go with that. Now let's look at the charts for this one. 76 out in Canada, 87 in Europe, 11 in the Irish singles charts, 40th in the Netherlands, 38th in New Zealand, 90th in Scotland, 27th in the UK singles charts, 11th in the UK dance charts, 4th in the UK R&B charts. Yeah, the UK really loves Aaliyah. 6th on the US Billboard Hot 100, 40th in the US mainstream top 40 Hot 100, and 2nd in US Hot R&B/hip hop songs charts and the US rhythmic charts. By the end of the year, again 1994, it was 70th out in the US Billboard Hot 100 and 23rd on the US Billboard R&B/hip hop charts, And this joint was certified gold, selling around 500,000 copies, or really at least that number. Moving on to the third single, which is called Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. So basically, the lyrics tells the story of a girl wanting to date an older man, saying that the age difference is irrelevant if the feelings are strong enough. Alright. Moving on. There is the music video for this as well. And again, it was filmed here in my city of Detroit in 1994, November actually, and released in early 1995. Mainly shot in black and white, it features cameo appearances by rappers Proof and Bizarre from D12 and Aaliyah's brother Rashad Halton. And now this is weird. Now the single came out December 6, 1994. But that was on cassette. I'm assuming that it says USCS. I'm assuming that means cassette tape or something. I don't know. But it came out December 20th, the same year, on CDs. And it came out February 5th, 1995 in the UK in CDs as well. Alright, let's look at the charts. So that's pretty weird. But yeah, let's look at the charts. It was 78th out in Scotland, 32nd in the UK singles charts, 19th in the UK dance charts, but this is a slow jam, whatever. 6th in the UK R&B charts, 75th in the US Billboard Hot 100, 35th in the US Hot R&B/hip hop songs, and one more or less, 36th to be exact, on the US Rhythm chart. So that's pretty interesting. Now, let's move on to a fourth single. I didn't even know this was a single. I didn't even know this song existed. It's called Down with the Click. Now, that's probably why, because apparently this song only came out in the UK. So, like I said, the UK loves Aaliyah. This joint came out May 1st, 1995, the fourth single in the UK from the album, rather. And there was a music video for this as well, which is a compilation of Aaliyah's previous videos and footage from photo shoots. That's it. Now this is interesting. There's a bit of some issues here. Alright, so the singles also features R. Kelly, by the way, as well, but let's go into this real quick. In this song, Aaliyah and R. Kelly address those who are part of or who admire their clique. In the song's context, down means in favor of, obviously, like I'm down or whatever, playing off the contemporary phrase, you down, and then in parentheses, to play ball, to go to the movies, etc. The song was originally titled Who's in Her Clique before being changed to Down with the Clique, taken from the lyrics, if you down with the clique, let me hear you say I'm down with it. Due to the at the time, no further singles were released from Age Ain't Nothing But a Number in the US. So that's pretty interesting as well. Now let's look at the charts. So apparently this only made the UK charts, obviously. It was 33rd in the UK singles charts, 25th in the UK dance charts, and 5th in the UK R&B charts. I had to think about, like, can you dance to that one? But yeah, you can. All right, now let's move on to the last single. But you probably say, well, wait. No other singles came out, though. Like I said, no other singles came out from this album in the US. So this one came out elsewhere. And this one is called The Thing I Like. And this joint came out August 3rd, 1995. And actually, this song was also a part of the soundtrack for the action comedy film A Low Down Dirty Shame, which came out in 1994, and a good movie if I do say so myself. So this joint came out in Europe, by the way, so that explains that. And the song features a rap verse from R. Kelly, and the lyrics from the song are about a girl's love for a man because of the one quote-unquote one thing she likes about him. And there was a music video for this as well, but it's composed of previous Aaliyah clips, which was used to promote this single ever. So, looking at the charts, it was 86 out in Scotland, 33rd in the UK singles charts, 15th in the UK dance charts, and 4th in the UK R&B charts. So yeah, there you go with that. Now, let's move on to my best tracks off of this album. Let's start with the worst one, which is Back and Forth, the Mr. Lee and R. Kelly's remix. I didn't like this one because they meshed this song up, not mess, but mesh, like mix them up with either it's funky up by the DOC or the song that song sample, which is Misdemeanor by Foster's Silvers. Yeah, there we go. So I didn't like that mix up or mess up, whatever. So yeah, that's why to me it's the worst song off. And basically it's the same lyrics for the most part. So yeah, in my opinion, that's the worst song off this album. Next up is Down with the Click. The track was alright. And then we got The Thing I Like. It was a bit happy for something like that. For that title, if y'all remember what that song is about, for that song to have a happy-go-lucky beat, it just didn't go well with me. And then next up we got Old School. The track is alright. The singing patterns resembles Between the Sheets by the Isley Brothers. So yeah, there you go with that. Next up is At Your Best, You Are Love, in parentheses. This joint is mellowed out and it is a classic. Next up is I'm Down, followed by Street Thing, which was mellow and cool. And then we got Young Nation, which is another mellow track, semi-smooth track though, but pretty cool. And then we got No One Knows How to Love Me Quite Like You Do, that long freaking title. It sounds like an early 90s beat, but still cool. Obviously, this joint this is early mid. This is 94 we're talking about here. And then the fourth best track off this album is Throw Your Hands Up. The beat was pretty cool here. Now, my top three. Third best track off this album is I'm So Into You. That track is actually pretty dope if I do say so myself. Next up is Back and Forth, and there's not much to say here. This is a classic. Everybody knows this song. Everybody should know this song. This is an instant classic. But the best song of this album is, first of all, the album's called Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. The best song off the album is indeed Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. That joint is semi-smooth. If you were to just like really listen to the beat, that joint is really dope. Semi-smooth, really like it. So to me, and of course, the song is a classic. So yeah, best song off this album. So let me give you guys the professional ratings real quick. All Music gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Wow, this is new. The Encyclopedia of The Encyclopedia of Popular Music gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Entertainment Weekly gave it a B+. The Rolling Stone Album Guide gave it, 2.5 out of 5 stars. And Slant Magazine gave it 3 out of 5 stars. So, what do I think about this album? Well, like I said, they had some classics like Age Ain't Nothing But a Number and Back and Forth. And of course, At Your Best, You Are Love. But I feel like some of her better work took place later on with her second and her third album. I truly believe her second album really was the case there. But this one was not bad. I'm going to say this one is 3.25 out of 5 stars. I recommend that you download it and listen to it yourself. And yeah, even though I always love Aaliyah, especially since, she was raised in my city, Detroit, and she was fine as heck, man. And it's a shame that she passed away. But yeah, I have to give this one a 3.25 out of 5 stars. Again, I believe she got better with her later albums. So yeah, and again, you download it and then you decide you want to keep it or not. So with that said, man, y'all know who this is. This is your boy, the new Jay Gatsby, aka the new Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.